So now that we've talked about kind of the nuts and bolts of the program, I do want to talk about a couple of useful documents that you'll have. These are two super helpful documents that you'll get. And I'm going to throw up this URL. So in prior years, these have not been publicly available. Last year they were. I'm recording this video before the actual release, so I don't know if they will or won't be this year. If they are, this is where they'll be at the same URL as all the other documents. If they're not public, they will be locked in your ThinkScape course on your first dashboard. And this URL should have instructions for how to get to your ThinkScape dashboard as well. So either the document will be publicly posted or you can get to it through your ThinkScape, and there's instructions how to use ThinkScape at this URL. When you register your team, you will get a couple of paper copies of these as well. So I do want to mention that before we get too deep into these. The first guide I'm going to reference is called the Team Meeting Guide. This is the version of the guide that is targeted to you, the coach. This goes through a full season's kind of curriculum, if you will. Walks you through how to use the guide, walks you through the materials it uses. I mentioned in a previous video that you can use the LEGO Spike Prime, you can use LEGO Mindstorms EV3 or any of the other LEGO Mindstorms products. One thing to note is that whatever resources you find from First or First LEGO League or the LEGO Foundation, or not the LEGO Foundation, but LEGO Education, any resources you find for the current season of First LEGO League Challenge is going to be targeting the Spike Prime. So if you don't have the Spike Prime, you can still do all the stuff, but you may have to supplement with some resources of your own. They mentioned the challenge set you'll need. They give you some management tips for how to run your sessions, and they give you the sessions. So the guidebook walks through 12 sessions. And so each session goes through, parts of the core values, the robot design, innovation project, robot game. So every session is going to touch on kind of these 4 parts. But as an overview, right, we've got a get started session. We've got 3 training camp sessions that are going to get you kind of building up skills around how to build a robot, how to tackle the project. And then there's iteration on the idea. So the rest of the sessions are coming up with an idea and iterating. And so the idea here is that you don't want to start your project, go through the whole thing and be done with it. Start your robot, go through the whole thing and be done with it. The idea is you want to do a little bit and iterate. So make something work, then make something else work, then make something else work. For the project, do a little bit, then do a little bit more, then do a little bit more. Get feedback, improve, get feedback, improve. And these will help you in judging because these iterative cycles, as long as you can document it, will be helpful for the judges to see, oh, you made changes and you learned from your any mistakes you ran into or any problems you ran into. And so you'll have these pre-session checkpoints, tips for the sessions, and then there's an overview for how to use and how to run the session. So this first document is all about, from the teacher's perspective, from the coach's perspective, how do I run these sessions? What are we going for in the sessions? And so this is your document as a coach. The other document is the engineering notebook. This is not necessarily your document, but you'll want to be familiar with it. It is the student version of the team meeting guide. So as you scroll through it, you'll get a lot of the same stuff. They'll get their introduction to First LEGO League Challenge. They'll get the same overview. A lot of the overview doc pages that I mentioned in one of the earlier videos are in this notebook. So they're going to see all this same stuff. They're going to get the challenge story. And then they're going to get these pages kind of worked through. And so just like you had a session 1, they've got a session 1. And so they've got their introduction, their tasks, their share, and their reflection questions. So you go through the document, and it's got, the team meeting guide had 12 sessions. The engineering book has 12 sessions. And I believe, 12 sessions. As well as some information on how to prepare for an event, some information about the rubrics, career connections, the team journey. So a bunch of the same information. And so these 2 documents kind of go hand in hand. The better you know one and the other, the better. There is another set of documents that I don't have right now, but at some point in the near future, on either this resources page or in the Thinkscape. They will also provide PowerPoint presentations to go with each of the 12 sessions. So in addition to having your meeting guide and the students having their engineering notebook, you also have a curriculum in the form of presentations. Now, you will have a digital version of the engineering notebook in some way or the other, either through this URL or through your Thinkscape. You also can order additional paper copies. So when you register as a team, you'll get 2 paper copies, but you can also order a pack of 10 additional copies as a team. And I think that'll be through your dashboard. But these are, in terms of running your season, these are going to be your most useful documents because they kind of lay out for you step by step how you can run it. And these are by no means prescriptive. You don't have to do it this way. You can, chop it up, mix it around, take the things you like, drop the things you don't like. This is really meant to be kind of a starting point for everyone saying, look, if you have no idea what you're doing, you can do this and something will work. You will get somewhere with it. But again, with all resources, your mileage may vary. Read through them, get familiar with them, make sure you know what you want to do, and kind of use this in your goal setting. So these are 2 of the big documents. And this kind of covers, up to this point, all of the stuff around FLL Challenge that isn't the robot game. The next few videos, we're going to talk about things that are really important to know about the robot game.